Kirei with another scrapbook process video for Bramble Fox, and this layout I am using the November Fox box. I'm using the Fox Cut number 50 stencil and the Paper Snips number 14 from the Fox Box Plus subscription, but I'm also using the Paper Snips number 11, the Autumn Leaves Galore Perspectives, and the brand new product in the Woodies, which is the Leaves. Okay, so you can see the perspectives I pulled out from the Fox box. I've got the title, the word gather, and then that really super cute truck with the little pumpkins that sit in the back of it. So they're the pieces I'm using from the Fox box. And then I've pulled out the Jen Hadfield Peaceful Heart collection. It's an older collection, but it just has the sort of right colours to go with the photo that I'm using. And so I'm just sort of tearing some strips and I'm going to layer them up. I'm quite liking that look at the moment. You'll have seen it probably on some of my other layouts. So I'm just having a look and pulling out some of the different pattern papers and working out which ones I'm going to layer together. So I sort of start with them in the sort of to the left, and I've pulled it over right over to the left, and then I've got this sort of side strip as well. So I'm just going to really sort of curl and roll those edges of each of the strips, and then I can start to layer them up. There we go. You can see that now. I changed my mind here. So what I've done is I've made that a straight edge on that top larger piece because I'm going to have that running straight against the left edge of the white cardstock. So I'm not going to have a gap there. So I'm just getting those three pieces layered up, and then I can get those stuck down. Sorry where the video goes in and out a little bit. I'm actually away scrapbooking, so I've got a sort of more temporary setup for my recording. So it does sort of move occasionally, and apologies if the light is a little bit off at times. Again, I don't have my regular light set up. Okay, so I'm figuring out, I'm going to mount the photo, and I do faff around a bit here deciding where I'm going to cut the mount from. Anyway, finally get it stuck down, and then I just rip off the edge. So again, continuing that sort of rolled, distressed look that I've already got with the 3 layered papers there on the left. So I'm just distressing the edges of the mount, and then I'll get that photo stuck down. I do add a bit of foam, sticky foam to the back of the photo just to keep it raised slightly. Okay, so I've got this other strip that I also tore, and I am going to put that down on the right side. Again, rolling and curling those edges, and then I'm just going to cut it straight as well because I did decide that that would go completely against the right edge of the white cardstock background. So there we go. And just deciding to take off a little bit extra there. So my photo is from a we went pumpkin picking. So this is actually with my friends that we were scrapbooking together. And while we were away, we decided, is there somewhere that we could go pumpkin picking? And I'd never been before. Not having kids, I've just never found myself in a pumpkin patch. So we all eight of us, we found one near us, and we had so much fun taking so many photos and really taking advantage of the fact that there was lots of pumpkins. So anyway, moving on, I have now pulled out the Fox Cut number 50, and I'm just adding some Distress Oxide, just creating a little bit of a sort of a background border, if you like, for my photo. And I've used Distress Oxides in Scattered Straw and a little bit of the Antique Linen as well. So my photo is now stuck down, and I have pulled out the Paper Snips. These are number 11. So, but I do also use the number 14 as well, which come with the Fox box. And I fussy cut this little truck out with pumpkins. Obviously, it completely mirrors the little perspective truck that comes with the Fox box, but I don't actually end up using it in the end. I've also punched out one of the circles with the little hedgehog on, and I've just added the DIY epoxy flare square over the top of it. So, but I also don't add that to this particular layout. Now I'm cutting off the all the sort of phrases, the little words, and working out which ones I'm going to use. And you can see just there in the center, I've pulled out a couple of tabs which say autumn and thankful. So I fussy cut those as well and add those to the top left of the photo. I've got that cute scarecrow, which was perfect. And then I'm just sort of working out which words work for this particular photo. So I think I pulled out things like sweater weather, fun fall days, country air, memorable, nature's best. Okay, so I've fussy cut everything that I wanted to use, and I've sort of laid them onto my layout, and I'm just getting them stuck down now. So that cute scarecrow, I've got that like barn just there. I think I just add a little bit of foam pads just under the right side of it because it is sitting up a little bit higher. And then there is the little banner with the pumpkin on that I'm just sticking down now. And then I have some of the words. So I am going to raise some of them using some foam pads. As you can see here, this one says pumpkins. I'm just sitting that over the Paper Snips, the little barn house there. There we go. That's one of the new products. It's one of the Woodies, which is the leaves. So I'm just going to sort of layer that leaf up on the top, the right there, and then I've got the other one over on the left. Then I'm continuing to add some of those little paper snips with the words on them there. Working out where that perspective leaf is going, and that's from the Autumn Leaves Galore set, which is also one of the newer sets. And I do love leaves and adding them to layouts, so it's really cute. But I'm going to sit it up just under the pumpkin paper snip. There we go. Just getting that one stuck down. I use glossy accents when I'm sticking down the perspectives because I just find it gives a really nice strong hold. Okay, and I'm going to get that truck stuck down over there, just making sure it's completely straight, of course. And there's the little pumpkins that sit just in the top of the truck, which is really cute. And I'm just going to finish off getting these other elements stuck down as well. I have that. It's like a little envelope with sort of autumn toned flowers in it. It just was really cute. I really just liked it. So I'm just popping that there over on the left. And then I've got another one of the Woodies, the leaves, and another perspective leaf as well. And then there's a few more words from the paper snips that I'm going to add. So that one's the sweater weather. Just making sure that's actually stuck down. I think it was still moving around there. And then I add fun fall days. Now, I know we don't call it fall. It's autumn here, but I was fine with it. It's not a problem at all. So, and the colours worked. So that was good. And then I think the last one I've got here is the country air that I just add in there. So just a little trio of phrases over there to the left. So for the Foxbox subscription, you can find all the details on bramblefox.co.uk, and by subscribing, you'll make sure you don't miss out on any of the fab new perspectives that come. And there's also the new Foxbox Plus subscription, where you get the addition of the one of the new Fox Cut stencils and also the paper snips. So pop on over to the website to find out all the details. Okay, I'm just adding some splatters. Now, I actually use the Distress Oxides for the splatters, but I do go ahead actually off camera and added some more splatters in a Cambella Gold watercolour ink because I felt like I needed a little bit of sparkle on the layout. So I think I'm nearly coming to the end. I think I'm just looking at where my journaling's going to go. And I'm going to add some sequins, but again, I do that off camera. I also actually add to the title together, and you can see that here in the final layout. So gather together, and as I say, I added some extra gold splatters. Here's some close-ups of the lovely, the really cute perspectives from the Foxbox, and of course the paper snips, the detail from the Fox Cut stencil. Thank you so much for watching. It's Kirei for Bramble Fox.